Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnana-shakaya
Chakshurmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti-vedanta Swamini Namani. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we are in the 5th canto, and this is the 2nd chapter, the 13th shloka. Ka vätma-vritti adanäd dvija-paìkti-çocir. Viñëoù kaläsy animiñonmakarau cha karëau. Udvigna-ména-yugalaà dvija-paìkti-çocir. äsanna-bhåìga-nikaraà sara mukhaà. My dear friend, what do you eat to maintain a body? Because you are chewing beautiful, a pleasing scent is emanating from your mouth. This proves that you are always eating the remnants of food offered to Vishnu. Indeed, you must also be an expansion of Lord Vishnu's body. Your face is as beautiful as a pleasing lake. Your jeweled earrings resemble two beautiful sharks with unblinking eyes like those of Vishnu. And your own eyes resemble two restless fish. Simultaneously, therefore, two sharks and two restless fish are swimming in the lake of your face. Besides, in the white rows of your teeth seem like rows of very beautiful swans in water, and your scattered hair resembles swarms of bumblebees following the beauty of your face. Now, this is amazing in the sense how illusory energy of the Lord makes ass out of us. When Prahlad Maharaj says, he was so much in pleasure in the devotion service, and he said, my Lord, I don't know how people just run after the illusion. And Prabhupada used to say, who is crazy? Because when we look at the normal public and how they conduct their activity, we think they are crazy. And when they see us, just pleasure of glorifying the Lord, they think we are crazy. So who is the criteria? Krishna is the criteria. There has to be a judge. Krishna is the supreme judge. He says, no, they are crazy, not me. And this is Agnidhara, even though he is born to a great personality, Priyavrata, but he is not so elevated. Priyavrata was a pure devotee of the Lord, not so elevated. And he is more after this karma kanda, more after, personal, you can say maximum we can give him is pravritti marga. It's not that he wants to get married to this girl, and he has come to a place where Brahma sends him. But Brahma is not ordinary person, Brahma sends him this apsara, big personality, to get married so that produce good progeny. But anyway, our focus is that how you see what happens is that we are used to the spiritual forms. Even in science today, they are for various reasons. They agree that there are multiverses. They are also, but they are in their own way. The concept is there. Just like Prabhupada time, scientists started talking about antimaterial particles and antimaterial worlds, in the sense that these two worlds are parallelly existing and they collapse. Just for me, there is another person, and when you meet, it becomes nothing. Basically, shunya, from shunya to, because when they got these two particles and they observed, one is completely negative of another. So when these two particles come together, their existence is finished. It releases some energy and it's all over. So anyway, the Prabhupada caught that point of anti-material, but he said that what do you think about anti-material? That is all. Anti-material means it is not material at all. It is spiritual. And he talked about anti-material world. He took that line. Similarly, now yesterday we were seeing for the three reasons the scientists agree there has to be more universes than our. Uni means one. Actually, you can't say many universes because uni means one. Correct. So the very concept of uni, they're changing. They say multiverses. We have to change the concept, and they have various reasons. They have seen such fine tuning in this universe that they feel that this might have come by an accident, because this is what the creationists always protest. This is the fine tuning is so high, all the laws exactly fixed. You have the gravitation exactly. If you are something else, you can't stay. You will be flying on the air. And you have distance between Earth and Sun exact. And not only this, there are so many constants in this world. The cosmological constant, even they are finding the gravitation, the dark energy, the value of that. So many things, but they are either it is in the level of conceptualization or they have in the level of laws. It is heavily fine-tuned. Scientists agree to this fact. But they feel that, what has happened. So the moment they see such level of fine-tuning, the creationists jump. They say, see, look at this. To the scientists, when this much level of fine-tuning is there, there has to be a fine-tuner. Okay? It's not one. There are millions of, things to be fine-tuned. So there has to be a fine-tuner. Got it? So now what happened? The scientists say, see what has happened. They escape out in this way. That actually there is multiverses, not universe. They get it now. So now it is again a game of dice. There are billions and trillions. They are saying 10 to the power of 500. This is the number of. They have a theory called string theory, and from that they have calculated 10 to the power of 500 universes, which is trillions, and to the power of trillions of universes are there. Now what do? But fact is, now the scientists are sitting on the same problem they accused us. Because there is no way they can prove this, there are other universes. No evidential proof can be given. Then what we are talking? Then why you have problem with us? At the same time, there is one another issue. Your knowledge is ascending knowledge. Correct? So you can never prove what you are telling. And your whole foundation, everything was ascending. What we see, we are going to believe. But the Vedic process is not ascending. The whole ontological system in this is descending. Yeah? This is a descending process. And yes, Yasya Prabha Bhavato Jagadanda Koti, Jagadanda Koti. Crores of universes are there, shaped like egg. Jagad Anda, Koti, crores. Koti Sashesha Vasudha Vibhuti Vendam, Tada Brahma Nishkalamanantam Ashesha Bhutha, Govindamadi Purusham Namaham Bhajam. So it's there. But multi are there, multi-millions of universes are there, not one, crores of universes. We have. Our evidence is Shabda Pramana. There are evidence. What has happened is that any evidence in the material science today is Pratiksha Pramana. But it's Pratiksha Pramana, in the Vedic line, is not accepted because it has 4 problems. Problem number 1 is that our senses are limited. They themselves say we can't see the other universes. We can't see. No way we can see. It is so far we can never see. And they keep imagining that. Then your imagination, why not accept my imagination? Because at least I have some books. And I have been holding on the same argument for thousands of years. I am not going to change my. You are just one man imagining. Where are the books? We write books first. Standard books which you are ready to vouch for. You today you have one, another you have tomorrow. Every day you change. We have same standard. Number 1. Number 2, we have a process. For you to see, if you want. You follow this process, you can see multiverses. And you can see also kingdom of God. But you follow the process. 3, we have people who have done it. And given, just like in a court of law, you have to have something called a witness. We have witnesses. Now, how can you say? They say we have seen, we have followed the process. So they say you follow, you will also see. Okay. So anyway, so in the Vaikuntha and the kingdom of God, now in the descending way, try to understand. We can, to a certain extent, appreciate the point. In the spiritual world, the body is spiritual. In the material world, we are spiritual, but we are somehow, some reason, covered in the material body. An illusion is given. That is to facilitate our, just like when we insist, the father doesn't want to give you something, but you insist, so it has to be given in illusion. Because your desire is illegitimate. It cannot be satisfied in reality. It's like a child says to the mother, I want to cook. Mother can't give him a gas. Small child will burn himself, and what he will do. So therefore mother gives him a toy kitchen because the desire was illegitimate. And toy kitchen there is no fire. And he is busy thinking he is cooking something. Another example, he gives us moon. The child says, mother give me moon. It's not possible. Desire is illegitimate. It's not practical to fulfill that desire. So what does the mother do? Mother gives him a reflection. That's idea being given. The same way, we are giving this, to that we have a desire to be the Lord, which is fulfilled in the material world. In the spiritual world, there is only one God. But in truth, the Supreme Lord, Krishna, He is the Lord. But if you want to imitate Him, you also want to behave like Him, you also want to be an enjoyer and controller like Him, it has to be given in illusion. Therefore, multiverses. Now, the Vaikuntha world is there, the material world is created. And there is fine-tuning by the Lord. And now what happens in this world, because we are so much used to the spiritual world, any form that you see, what happens? You imagine it is spiritual. And this you can find out. Why? Because suppose my hand is cut, I got a shock. Why you got a shock? You always use a bag of chemicals on it. Why somebody's hand gets cut or something, you faint. People become mad. So many times some ghastly crime happens. Many people faint just by seeing that. Even accident happens where the body is cut or something. Recently somewhere, one person, in India only happened. The driver saw husband and wife fighting just next to the railway track, and they were fighting very badly. And in a fit, the man jumped on the railway track to commit suicide. He must have told her, if you don't agree, I jump, and it's all common. And in movies it happens, sometimes it happens in reality also. And he jumped, and he was cut, and his head was on the, the front of that. Something, it was nicely struck. And when the train arrived at the railway station, all people looking, my head is there. They told the driver, what have we done? I said, what do I do? He jumped at the last minute and there was no stop in between. So I just came to the river. But some people are seeing that fainted because that's what happened. Why do you faint seeing that? Why the shock? Because the spiritual body cannot be cut. This is an illusory body covering the spiritual body. Spiritual body you can't see with this eyes on the material body you can't see. Okay? So why the shock? Anybody, sometimes doctors are trained, but the first day the doctors see the body, they also get a shock, and sometimes they faint. I heard the first day they are in anatomy class, people have a moment, they faint, and so many things happen. And then another thing is, so we can understand when we get old, we get disease, we don't like it. So many ways we can get a hint that actually we are looking for the spiritual body, and that's what we do. When we see somebody, we assume this body is spiritual because we are so used to spiritual bodies. Multiverse, here the multiverse. There is kingdom of God and there is this world. And in this world we are stuck, and we are stuck in this world, in the material body, and we are, because of our old habit, we keep assuming the body that we are seeing, including our body, is spiritual. We think something divine is there about. That's why all the nonsense comes. He is what kind of prayers is offering that, because the spiritual world, that's what we do. And the more, another thing comes, why multiverse? We can get the idea why the definition of beauty is there. In this world, if you look at it, we can't define. Must be some foolish idea. No. In multiverse, in the spiritual world, the bodies are spiritual and they are extremely beautiful. Now, in the material world, when the bodies look near the spiritual bodies, the more your anticipation is matching what is there. Because you are taking them as spiritual. Spiritual bodies are extremely beautiful. So more somebody's body starts looking like what we are used to in the spiritual world, immediately it looks very beautiful. And then all these things start up. You must be eating something wonderful, all madness starts up. Because we are now starting associating with the spiritual world. And these kind of things, you say, you must be an expansion. Yes, spiritual world, every body is the spiritual, as good as the Lord's body. It looks like the Lord. Everybody is as beautiful as the Lord. Definitely, Lord is the supremely beautiful, but everybody looks like the Lord. Looks very beautiful. Your face is as beautiful as the pleasing lake, all this. There are many philosophers, without accommodating the concept of spiritual form, they actually get completely lost when they try to describe beauty in this world. Many philosophers, they become mad. They cannot describe it actually properly. Truth and beauty, they say, it is contradictory. Because what is truth is not beautiful. Doctors know it. And what is beautiful is not truth. It's a contradictory thing. What is truth? Truth is bones, blood. That's not beautiful. And what is beautiful, then is not the truth. So they are not able to reconcile these two things. But they still see that everybody is enchanted of beauty. And then they make some nonsense philosophy about it. But here is the correct philosophy. Multiverse. Yes, the spiritual world, the bodies are beautiful. And in this world, when somebody looks very handsome, beautiful, we become very enchanted actually. It is true. Because we are comparing to the spirituals. But then we should not give divinity to the body in this world. There is no divinity to the body in this world. We should become indifferent to that. The variety of the material world is only an imitation of the variety of the spiritual world. There is no substance in this variety or beauty. It is an illusion. So we should be careful about that. So in that verse we can understand something. In fact, there were two more things we were talking. But this is what scientists say, tomorrow they change. But everything we can understand from the Vedic perspective. Devotees are doing, sincerely devotees are doing some work to bring the two things together. We have nothing wrong. Their problem is that there is some element of truth in what they are talking. But sometimes it is misinterpreted and misunderstood and misused, definitely. They are saying that 95% of the energy we can't see, but it is there. And that is in the space. Prabhupada used to always say, there is no vacuum in the kingdom of God. Now they agree to it. He said that time. Because they are seeing, Acharyas see even the metal energy very properly. And we see the metal energy in the five form, earth, water, fire, air, ether. The definition of ether that we have, their definition is different. What the Greek people do. Ether is something from which light passes, and they saw that light passes even through vacuum, so they throw away the definition of ether. But no, there is one more. It says ether is the our definition is akash, space, and that is another energy of the Lord. And they are saying 90% mass is there in this energy. A lot of activities happen in this. It's not empty. A lot of things are happening. Now they are agreeing to that fact. Dark energy, they are even trying to give a value. I think yesterday what I saw was 1 into 10 to the power of minus 35 something. These are all concepts are there. Devotees can work and try to bring the thing together per se, but scientists on their own will not be able to reach God. That's not the way. That is not the way. Because he is a personality. He refuses to be forced to reveal himself. He refuses. He is a person. They are thinking God is some energy. This way, that way. He is a person. So anyway, this world we can benefit if we take the information that is descending way to the chain of the great acharyas. And then everything becomes nice. our very purpose of existence, the very purpose of creation. It's not just by accidents and in the cosmic space, explosion happens and the universe comes out. No, it's not like that. There is a purpose, there is a plan. You may start somewhere from the middle. Prabhupada says that is a mistake the scientists do. It's not true. There is a purpose, there is a plan, the universe has come up. And our own existence has a purpose in this. In fact, with this concept which is being propagated today, the word has come by accident and we are there in the word also by an accident, makes the life purposeful, but not purposeless, and then very sinful. It becomes aimless. Many people, when you talk to them, say, what is your purpose of life? No meaning, no purpose. They say, I want to actually, at least the scientists say, you want to know the truth. Why you want to know the truth? That also you can understand, that means you knew it. You lost the knowledge. Why you want to live eternally? That means you were living eternally. Why you want to be happy? Because you were happy eternally. By that you can understand again multiverses. In the spiritual world, I told you a long time ago, there was one occasion where one devotee had joined full time. His parents as usual had come to fight. And the Bhagavatam class was going on. And he started shouting, the father after that, how do you say this? Vaikuntha is there. You are saying Vaikuntha, Vaikuntha, Vaikuntha in your class. Prove it. You want to prove? Yes. Here is the proof. You want to live eternally? He said, yes. You want to live unlimitedly happy all the time? He said, yes. You want all the knowledge? He said, yes. He was reasonable, intelligent. He said, yes, all this I want. Do you think these are possible in this world? He said, no. I can't live eternally in this world. I can't be unlimitedly happy in this world. I can't have all the knowledge in this world. They themselves agreeing, there is no way, by ascending way, I can ever know what is happening. Even in this universe, you don't know what's happening in faraway planets. Forget about other universes. As if they have seen this universe. Correct? Even in this universe, they don't know what is happening in so many planets. There are so many conceptualizing. Maybe life it is there. Maybe they found one more planet like Earth. There goes on. Tamasha goes on. But they don't know what is life first. Life is Atma, not this body. And Atma can live anywhere. And it can have a body that you can't even see also. Right? Because you yourself agree you can't see so many things. So, because you say you want these things, but these things are not available here, that means you had these things. Why you want otherwise? It's like suppose somebody is very rich, very comfortable. Suddenly you put in a hut. If I have a geyser, I could have a hot bath. If I had a fridge, I could have. He is missing all those things. He is wanting those things. If I had a car, I could have gone comfortable. Isn't it? That means he had it. So why we are looking for eternity, why we are looking for knowledge, and why we are looking for happiness? Because we had it. Therefore spiritual world exists, and I was there. Not only that, I was there. So their concept of multiverses, we can write a book actually. In the multiverses according to, just like Prabhupada used to do, even a hint. Prabhupada used to, some truth is there in what they are speaking. And because Krishna through them sometimes gives some idea. But it is misunderstood. They are not properly understood the concept is there. Srila Prabhupada ki